Alright, and welcome to some more Dota Professional League Season 6 action here with IG against Team Aster. As we've got a good one for you, in my opinion, with Team Aster coming into this. #1 team qualifying for the Roshan Major, and honestly looking pretty good. So it'll be interesting to see how they pull this off, and if they pull off the 2-0. IG right now, they are, let's take a look at where they are in fact sitting in this bracket, or group, as they sit above Team Aster. Aster actually got 0-2'd by both Newbie and LGD, and I spoke about that earlier. That was with Newbie's old roster back in late November, and then they got 2-0 by LGD, but who didn't? Everybody did, as LGD went 10-0, as they currently play in the lower bracket semifinals against Secret on the Epicenter channel. So we'll see what they're able to do. Team Aster, XSS, Bkop, Love You Love Me, aka Lover, Sylar, and Fenrir here for Aster, with IG going with Emo, Wazukai, Wuzu. Oh, Jesus. Never mind. I forget it. I don't know that name. I don't want to botch a name more. I apologize. Ali, Dogfights, and Doodle. So, for IG with this, I don't think that is in July. Now, I'm not certain, but I do believe that that is in July. Because he would be marked as such. And in July, I don't think he's been playing with them. But let's take a look. I do want to see.
Invictus Gaming's turn.
So Shadow Demon, Centaur, Shadow Shaman here for the side of Team Aster, with Shadow Demon. We'll see if he's played by Fenrir, and if Shadow Shaman's going to be Bobika's hero, and Centaur for XSS. For IG, Tidehunter, Bane, Gyrocopter, Wisp. Second time we've seen this Gyro Wisp combo, and I'm interested to see if they're going to be able to make it work. Ooh, and Razor getting picked for the mid here for Love You Love Me. And Love You Love Me, the interesting thing as he comes in after D-Stones, who was the former mid for Team Aster, you know, I do wonder how he's going to be able to perform here. And,
5 seconds remaining.
You know, I do think that D-Stone's hero pool is kind of small. I haven't been paying attention too much to Aster recently, because I didn't see them in the Roshan Major. I was away, but I want to see how his hero pool is, how he plays, because D-Stones used to rely heavily on Sylar and XSS to get things done. Now I'm wondering if Lover is able to make his own things happen and not heavily rely on his other two cores the way D-Stones did, and with the small hero pool he had. But we'll have to find out. Last ban of the OD, so they don't even think this Razor's going mid?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
We'll have to see. But I would assume that the Razor is mid. Would you put him safe lane for Sylar? I mean, I could see Sylar playing it. Did IG compete in the Roshan Major with their offlaner as in July? I'm not really sure. I'll have to find out. I'll do some more research when I have more time. Taking a look so far, Tidehunter, Bane, Gyrocopter, Wisp. A little bit of lockdown. I'd like to see some more movement here for IG, and taking away that puck is the right idea. And now they go Morphling. That is much more of a Sylar hero. Sylar on the Morphling, Love You Love Me on the Razor, Shadow Demon, I want to say Fenrir, and then Centaur, played by XXS, and then Shadow Shaman, played by Bkop in the 4. For IG, Tide, Bane, Gyro, as well as the Wisp. Maybe we see like an... Okay, never mind. I won't say what I was going to say. It was wrong anyway. But, yeah, I was going to say something like Ember if they wanted to go with a little bit of movement. But they end up going with the Mirana. And now you've got Mirana, Tide, Bane, Gyro, Wisp. And Emo will be on that mid Mirana. So Wozu or Wozui, he'll be on the Tidehunter. Is I think the game is paused, and that's why we're getting these weird splits, or it could just be bugged. Usually it happens when we're paused, but it's only happening on the Bane and the Tide. Nobody else. It's actually really gross, but only Sylar and Emo have picked. Hello? Game? Guess we're just frozen. That's really weird. I'm gonna restart really quickly. Not sure what that's all about. Give me a second. We'll be right back into the game in just a moment. Technical difficulties, of course. I don't know if that stemmed from that bug that we had, but that was really weird. Let's see what we got. There we go. We're good to go. Everybody is picked. It is Sylar on the Morphling, but... yeah, okay. I was going to say, are they really going to do this? No first blood for anybody. Didn't miss anything too important. And Love You Love Me is heading for the offlane with Sylar going mid. Interesting. Bkop and Fenrir are here. Wozu is on the Tide, and then you've got Gyrocopter Doodle with Dogfights on the Wisp going into this off-lane role, and then Mirana, of course, Emo on the mid. So Morphling against this Mirana. We'll see how this goes. Sylar going heavy in the Agi, no surprise. See what he's able to do here. As early on, it is just him and Mirana just trading last hits. No damage coming out between the two of them. And then Razor over here in the off lane. It's their mid laner of Love You Love Me with the Razor on towards top. So we'll see how this goes with Ollie here. Fenrir on the Shadow Shaman. Bkop is actually on the Shadow Demon, so they put the Shadow Demon 4. Disruption comes through on the dogfights. But nothing being made of it just yet. Just getting some right clicks in on a Doodle and dogfights for now, but it's not really going to matter too much when the regen is out and available here for the Wisp. Taking back a look here over mid. We've got Wraithband being finished off for the Morphling of Sylar against this mid-emo Mirana. So he's going into the Wraithbands as well. So it's the Wraithband builds between these two mids. Let's see. Fenrir coming over. He's got Ether Shock and Shackles, level 1 and for level 1 and 2. Still Bkop sitting level 1 for the moment. Morphling level 3 against Emo. Train some right clicks, but not sure that's really what you want to do. Adaptive Strike on cooldown. Not enough mana for it anyway into the dual Wraithband build, but we take a look over bottom for just a moment. XSS, he's got Return and Hoof Stomp, and I believe Double Edge should be next. They've got the lockdown on the Disruption that can set up with the Hoof Stomp. Get the Double Edge out there, so if we see dogfights not too careful, we could see him dropping here. Bkop going into the Disruption. We'll see what he takes level 2, if it'll be the Shadow Poison or finding himself with the Soul Catcher. The right clicks come through again. Looking like they're going to move in onto this Wisp for now. And it does push them back with the Gyro only having 6 last hits to the 9 of this Centaur. And he has gone into the Shadow Poison. And we'll also get this pull. Dogfights and Doodle coming over, and we'll use that Flat Cannon to try and clear up these creeps that have been pulled over. Under the tower will be XSS with his creeps. Trying to get the denies is Bkop, but struggling to do so with the Rocket Barrage and the Flat Cannon doing so much damage. Gonna look over towards top. Ollie makes his way over here with Wozu. Mirana sitting low over mid, so Emo's taking a lot of damage. Meanwhile, in last hits, they are about even. Bit of a slow game, but as I say that, over bottom, they've got the Hoof Stomp. Rocket Barrage comes out with a Double Edge. They've got the damage so far. Healing himself up, missing that Shadow Poison. Doodle, he'll end up surviving as Wisp keeping him alive, and Doodle not getting hit by that extra Shadow Poison. Taking a look over mid, Sylar. There's a haste over top with Ollie there. Running over towards mid will be Ollie. He's got Nightmare as well as the Brain Sap, but they don't line it up with an arrow as it's on cooldown, so it's not really doing anything to Sylar as he shifts back into all agi. Starstorm again doing a lot of damage here to this Morphling, but we take a look over mid for the moment. Level 4 right now is the Tide to the level 3 of the Razor and the Shadow Shaman. Shadow Poison, Disruption. XSS sets up with the Hoof Stomp. Now throws the Double Edge, but Doodle being held alive here with the salve that was popped by Wisp, and with that tether, no damage really being taken. Again, looking over as Bane makes his way in. And I think they know that with the ward here. I think they did spot the Bane walk over, so they've got to expect that there is a ward now on to the Morphling, being able to know where to throw this arrow. And Bane's actually going to make the walk all the way across and around, trying to help this Mirana get a kill. It'll be the Nightmare into the arrow if they could get first blood, but Tide over top taking a lot of damage. The Shackle is there, and the Ether Shot comes through back over mid. We take a look. Disruption onto Sylar as there's the save coming in from Bkop. And the Shadow Poison. Oh, one more shot, not enough. Just being able to get away.
Invisibility.
So Aster get first blood. They keep the Morphling alive over mid. As he just continues to farm Sin top of the CS chart at 41 and 7. We've got Bkop coming over with Fenrir trying to catch up to Doodle in dogfights. Won't be able to do so. As Marana again taking a lot of damage. Sylar is level 6, about to be 7, now hit by the arrow. Starstorm, easy kill. Being so much into the Agi, having little health and ending up dying. Ali comes over towards top. Lover taking a little bit of damage, nothing really too hard, but losing the Morph mid, bit of a big deal. Marana not even needing the Bane to get that kill.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Fenrir about to hit level 5. He's 2-0-2 at the moment. Dogfight's coming over. Doodle, he's only level 5, so no call down. But they've got the rocket flying in. Ether Shock will be thrown. There's the stun on a Fenrir, but no follow-up. Come on in over bottom. Ether Shock with the damage coming through. Here's multiple TPs coming in. Don't have enough mana for Tide, and the Ravage is over top. Love You Love Me goes for the damage out onto this Tide. Nobody ends up dying in that exchange. Bkop able to walk away, and the TP at least faints coming in bottom. As Aster don't get any kills, but they get some possible TPs to come through. Right now, IG has a slight net worth lead. Switch it over to the net worth. 9 minutes into this game, we take a look. It's Love You Love Me who leads the net worth at 3,800, followed by the mid emo of IG. And then XSS is next on the list. Morphling actually not doing terribly well. As he is 2,600 net worth with that death over mid. And Marana sitting about 1,000 net worth ahead. So Sylar was put in the mid with this Morphling. Hasn't exactly been a joyride for Sylar so far. He's also sitting a level behind this Marana now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So, Morphling. Leap, 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 leap. Sylar has the double damage. Has one more leap. We'll use that arrow to get himself a little bit of farm, but he pushes him back. Meanwhile, over bottom, Dogfight's taking a lot of damage. Level 6 about to be his Doodle. He'll finally have that call down. And still without the mana is the Tidehunter.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So not much action so far. Sylar really putting the pressure on the mid-tier 1 as he's got himself this double damage. No stick charges, no Ravage here for the Tide. I don't know what he's really expecting to do. 11 minutes in, only 2 kills. Both teams complacent on sitting back. Got Bkop here with boots as well as an old talisman to his name. Love You Love Me. He's got 2 Wraith Bands going. First item BKB after these drums. And then Morphling, first item E-Blade. So if you're going to let them farm, they will do it. And they'll do it in stride to try and find these big couple of items. XSS looking for the Blink Dagger as he's picked up a Vanguard. They pressure over towards top. The Shadow Poison hits onto Ollie. But you got to understand you're also giving the same option over to IG where they were looking for the Maelstrom on the Mirana. You've got the headdress being made for the Tidehunter. Gyrocopter going into the drums as well. But your top tier 1 will fall for the moment as they use these Serpent Wards with Lover getting the last hit to continue to push. And now he's popped this ulti as well. So he's really looking to just put some pressure in. Tide attempting to take this huge stack.
Swifter than ever.
With the Nightmare coming through, Doodle is able to get an easy kill there on a Fenrir. They relocate over, they'll come back. Ollie TP's over bottom. Holding the Fiend's Grip is a big part of this because now they'll come through and back. We'll see if they're able to make their way out. There's the Nightmare. Ollie's still holding the Fiend's Grip, but that's because he's out of mana. Stampede comes through. Dogfights is dead. The call down coming in. Lover's also gone with Bkop. They've overextended because now they've got Emo. The stun comes through, but XSS hit with the Fiend's Grip. So now Ollie has the mana. And with that, it's 3 kills for IG. So the first big fight we finally get is one in favor of IG.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Serpent Wards moved over towards bottom. There's the Ravage coming out onto 2. The waveform away. Fenrir giving up his life. Morphling on the run. Now hit up by the stun. No more follow-up to that one. And IG grabbing themselves yet another kill. So 6-2 in favor of IG.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And they've got themselves 1,000 net worth lead with 3 of their cores ahead of both the Centaur and the Morphling. Still sitting top the net worth, however, is this Razor going into the BKB. It's definitely interesting to get this early BKB, but should pay off when they are looking to fight, especially with the time they're being given on the Morphling. Smoke coming through on the 3 of these heroes, moving over towards Doodle. They'll come all the way around, and XSS, he's got Stampede, so they'll commit forward, but coming around the back will be Aster, and now the Stampede comes through the Moonlight Shadow with the relocate attempt. The shackles are out, but it doesn't matter. Gyro ends up dying. They might give up the life of this Wisp. We'll see if the Gyro comes back. And he won't. And Dogfights doesn't end up getting hit by that stun. Aster will finally find him with the Shadow Poison. There's the Shackles, and it'll be 1 at least for Aster.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
While this is all happening, they're continuing to farm up, continuing to get a tower over towards top. And it's a 2,000 net worth lead for IG. Aster struggling a little bit in a spot that, and against a team that they probably really shouldn't.
Dire's bottom
Go
tower
Scepter
is under
picked up.
attack.
They'll be looking for the Eagle Song next. 2,200 gold away from that is Sylar. All of you love me getting close to that. BKB, they'll drop the Serpent Wards to try and get this tier 2 tower, and the rotations come through. They've got Ravage to start it off, landing onto 2 of these heroes with the call down to follow it up. They'll kill Fenrir immediately with a disruption coming through from Bkop to avoid the stun. His lover. And now he's got the damage and might be able to turn this around. Doodle now forced to run. Ollie coming over. He's got Fiend's Grip available. Right now only uses the Nightmare, but a nice blink. Hoof Stomp coming through and making this a problem, but the Fiend's Grip finally lands on the Love You Love Me. They'll get the kill there. They look over at XSS and 3 in the favor of IG.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Nine to 3 in favor of IG now, a 5,000 net worth lead. Aster, they've got a Razor that's quite farm looking for the BKB. And they're hoping that Sylar can do something once he gets this E-Blade. He's only 1,200 gold away from it. So he's hoping that he's not bothered for a little bit longer and can find this farm. But you're looking at a Mirana that's almost 10,000 net worth, going for his own BKB. And then next up is Doodle on the Gyro, who I think has BKB coming in right now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
4 heroes here for Aster, smoked up with Sylar just continuing to put pressure on the top lane. He'll show himself for right now. They won't be in vision of any wards from the side of the Dire. Dogfights, he's tether up, so they know somebody's nearby. The blink, the hoof stomp, they'll look for the kill on a Dogfights. The shackle comes through, but there's the hoof stomp as well as the nice Nightmare save onto this Dogfights Wisp. Doodle tries to run away. They've got nothing so far for the side of Team Aster. They try to get the kill onto Ollie, but stunned up is the Morph, and now in a lot of trouble as they lose XSS, they lose Sylar, 3 go down, and it all falls apart for Aster. Love You Love Me is able to TP away. Bkop will be the 4th one to fall for Aster as they'll get the kill with Ollie. And IG
Top tower is under attack.
are now up 8,000 net worth and winning a team fight. A big team fight over top against Aster. Nightmare coming out. They've spotted Fenrir. They'll get the kill. They'll drop the Ravage. They'll look for the kill on XSS. The relocate comes in to grab both of them.
The prize is mine. Radiant's middle tower is under
They'll
attack.
go right back. Sylar almost has it. There it is. Should have the E-Blade now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And he goes first item E-Blade. We'll see if it pays off. Sim level 14, behind on net worth. Morphling is really behind. Mirana and as well as this Gyro really pulling ahead. BKBs for both of them sitting at 10 seconds. Or, well, Gyro's is 9, right? Yeah. Moonlight Shadow comes out. Aster getting together. They want to fight as they picked up this E-Blade. XSS, he has not been able to survive in these fights. He's only level 11. They actually just move into Roche. The scan immediately comes from the Dire. It will be noted and spotted. Serpent Wards laid down. They've got the Hex. They've got the Shackle. This is going to be done relatively quickly but let's see. BKB's going to be popped by Doodle. Now the BKB's going to be popped by Love You Love Me. Arrow flies in, hits on a Fenrir. That's a little bit of a problem as he's behind enemy lines on this one. Disruption comes through. That's on the Bkop, so he's just keeping himself alive. IG got Ravage in 50. It's just not soon enough. IG back off the pit. Just a touch, and they're also leaving Aster here. We're ready to go back in, but they need to find a fight that goes in their favor. They've used everything already. Stampede, Serpent Wards, as well as the ulti from Razor and Shadow Demon. And that was against an IG squad that didn't have Ravage. Now they will. And if you're Aster with this rotation from IG, you're almost forced to give up Rosh. You want to take it. It's down below 3,000 health, but you just don't have that opportunity. Smoke and Moonlight Shadow comes out. Back into Rosh, IG will look to go. Sentry Ward placed down. Gotta know they're nearby. The warding, I believe, spots Fenrir. The BKB is going to be popped. They look in. There's the Fiend's Grip to get the kill on XSS. The leap forward. Aegis is picked up by Love You Love Me. And they get the kill on the Rosh. They get everything to go their way. Ravage already thrown. Love You Love Me gets out of there. And now the slow comes through on to IG. Aster get away with murder. Centaur and Shadow Shaman do die. They lose XSS, they lose Fenrir, but they grab the Aegis, they grab the kill on Rosh, and that is big to slow down this game. Get Morphling back a little bit of his farm that he's been missing out on, as well as Razor to find this SNY eventually. So, now they smoke up. Let's see what they're able to do. BKB will be next for Sylar XSS. He is desperately looking to try and get a little bit stronger. And now they'll walk into the tie, but the Bkop stop misses. So they back off. Emo going into this Lincoln Sphere. That should be a good item against this Morphling. As well as everything here. If it blocks one of the initiating skills and Mirana survives, like that's the most optimal thing that you want. Got Maelstrom here on the Gyro going for the Satanic. Some time for Aster to farm. Aster would love to have this BKB on Sylar before he ends up fighting again. It's an 11,000 net worth lead here for Aster. I mean for IG. So it doesn't feel like, at least to them, that they need to play this too fast. They can get these next couple of items and be okay with it. Bkop is going to be in these trees. Agsgrant's Tether is there for the Wisp, who is level 15, and now Love You Love Me finds Ollie, and they'll have the relocate with a Fiend's Grip. I don't know if you want to go into this. The rest of Aster, all they can do is really just watch as Love You Love Me dies again. He's now 0-3-3.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
So XSS picking up this hood. See if that even gives them enough survivability here. As they TP over, is there another smoke in their future? Is Courier coming with smoke? No, just wards. Ooh, Nightmare onto XSS. Arrow flying in. That'll land as well. Emo comes through, and nice Ravage. Knowing that there's someone behind him, I don't know if it's going to be enough damage just yet. They'll kill off XSS. They look over at this Tide Hunter. The Lincoln's placed on him. The E-Blade thrown. Nicely done by the Mirana to stop that. And now if you're Aster, you used the ulti on the Razor as well as the Shadow Shaman, so... Not too bad for the Razor, not too bad for the Shadow Demon, but Shadow Shaman 100 seconds without these Serpent Wards now. And Ravage only gets you the Centaur, but it's worth it. Continue to extend your lead, continue to be able to farm. 15,000 net worth lead for IG. Oh, and immediately spotted. They'll take out that ward. They don't have Ravage to work with, though, on the side of IG. Definitely would like to see how willing IG would be to fight. They've got a couple of heroes over here. Meanwhile, top Fenrir just obliterated as they'll relocate back. And that's over towards bottom. So they relocated top just to get this kill on the Shadow Shaman. BKB is picked up by the Morphling. He's got a 10-second BKB. I believe it's now a 9, and is this still a 9? Yeah, it's a 7. Oh yeah, the Roche fights are what brought those down. They had held onto those BKB charges quite a bit. Disruption onto this Tide, hit with the E-Blade. Nightmare comes through, there's the call down, disarmed is this Razor. And the Gush flying through, and that's with the Ag's Tether, so it slows down just about everybody. The game moves forward. 19,000 net worth for IG. 19,000 net worth lead for IG. As they have a lot of farm here on the Gyro, as well as the Mirana now going into the Lincoln Sphere as the Gyro as well. Mirana finishing off the Mjolnir. They've got the scan. No heroes are coming through mid. And Aster, I don't know if they're really looking to fight this, but they'll send the Morphling back, and maybe they'll look to defend the tier 3 if it comes down to it. Oof. That's a big misclick. It's an 8-second BKB going down, and Love You Love Me not even fighting. It's down for a minute too, which makes it much harder to fight into this. Arrow does connect on XSS. There's the call down with the Gush. XSS likely dead, and Stampede's not going to matter. Now they got to fight high ground without the BKB on Razor and without this Centaur, who used Stampede anyway, so they don't have that either. Ravage on the back lines. Looking for Bkop and Sylar, an easy kill there. They'll get both of them. They don't have buyback. And they lose the tier 3. Now they'll go after the set of racks. The push is coming in towards top. Love You Love Me. We'll see if he commits to this as... Ooh, IG, they're going to go straight tier 4s. They don't have their Ravage, but, I mean, they're strong enough. They're up 24,000 net worth. Shiva's laid down. The link is going to be popped. They'll look for the kill on I Love You Love Me as the arrow flies in and connects. They'll get the kill, and with that, GG is called. IG take the game off Team Aster. With seemingly ease as well. That was really impressive from IG to take that game. 24-3. Aster lost. Absolutely just lost on the map. And having no answer anywhere in this game. So, and that's going to be it here for game 1. We'll be back with game 2 between IG and Aster in just a moment. Stay right there. I'm your caster Bkop at Bkop92 on Twitter. And we'll see you in a little bit.